Hi guys, I hope you're all doing great. Welcome to this video, and I hope this one will be useful for you as well. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Arad very much for taking the time to share his file with us. His high quality renders, along with the images from before it was made. The project, as you can clearly see, is an image that looks precisely like this, although this particular image is a little bit different from the original. In fact, the actual image originally looked something like this. I meticulously used Photoshop to carefully straighten it out a bit to make the visual angle much more direct and visually appealing, so it would ultimately look exactly like this, so that it would more or less match the render. Because for this type of video that you're seeing, the two images need to be very similar to each other. Their angles and perspectives shouldn't be too different because the AI can't recognize or correct perspective very well. So I matched these two images together. Guys, regarding artificial intelligence, we have an AI channel and here is its address. You can check it out, AI Newark GP, and I'll also put the link in the description so you can join the channel. In this AI channel, guys, we've made all the videos available for free. What you need for artificial intelligence is to have experience. That truly means you should absolutely get its premium account and definitely try it out for yourself to thoroughly learn it. You really truly don't actually need to buy an expensive course or go through something overly complicated and incredibly difficult. And actually, there's no such thing at all. But as I said, you definitely need to buy an account. However, before that, absolutely make sure to watch my channel's tutorials and definitely watch this live session first. This live session will give you a perspective so you can understand when it's actually necessary for you to spend money. Get a premium account, and where can you get it? Get it in a way that's better for you. Of course, I'll go in order. First ChatGPT, then Runway, then Midjourney, and then Gemini. So basically, these are the four options we have. I usually introduce you to AI tools that are both economically reasonable and effective in terms of functionality. And I also record tutorials for them, teaching you how to use them. Well, ultimately, this helps you in a way because you no longer need to buy an account yourself since someone else has already bought one and is sharing it. They go through trial and error, and you get to see what advantages and disadvantages it has and where you should buy a good account from. Whenever something hasn't been good, I've mentioned it on our channel. For example, in this video I said, guys, if you're getting an account from a certain website, be careful. If the IP is American and my account gets messed up, well, that's not my concern. Whether this site is a scam or not, it's always wise to be cautious and remember nothing cheap comes without a reason. A good example of this was the License Market website, which I mentioned in previous videos. I wanted to share my own experience with this site with you. Look guys, making these videos costs money. For someone like me, I personally spent money, and it doesn't mean you should also spend your money and waste it. I'm trying things out, and if I ever lose money somewhere, I'll let you know and say, guys, I lost money. Don't buy from there. If somewhere is good, I'll tell you that it's good. If somewhere is good, I won't hold back. Let me emphasize that if somewhere is good, I'll say so, but if somewhere is bad, I will definitely come and tell you, guys, don't buy it because it's bad. But as I mentioned there's a saying, nothing is cheap without a reason. Anyway, I won't drag this out any longer. Learning artificial intelligence requires hands-on experience with these things. In other words, you need to know what each one is capable of. For example, let's go to the Decado website. This is the same site I always recommend for buying accounts. Take a look for yourself. Here I have a ChatGPT Pro account, I got it. I have a Runway account, I got that too. And I also have a Gemini Pro account, which I purchased. Altogether, Gemini cost 3 million, Runway 2 million, and ChatGPT was about 700,000. So in total, I spent nearly 5 to 6 million. So how much did the accounts cost for just 1 month of use? But here's the thing about these kinds of animations. They have some really unique and specific details that I want to tell you about. As you know guys, each of these AIs has its own different capabilities. For example, Runway can generate certain types of special animations for you, but Runway can't create a video like this for you. Here I asked the AI because I wanted to see which other AI I could use since I couldn't do it with Runway. It said that Runway can't make this kind of montage video. In fact, it has a kind of limitation and does it in a blurry way, so you should try other options. For example, Kling AI. Let me now show you some of the various accounts that are readily available. This is precisely how I typically do it myself. I will proceed to navigate to its official website where I can access all the relevant information. See here, it also clearly has clean AI credits and so on. Well, as you can plainly see, it explicitly states that there are certain limitations. There are indeed some specific restrictions, but it's still very much better than this particular one. Its credits are allocated on a monthly basis, and if they unfortunately run out, we absolutely cannot do anything else at all. You can typically make 49 videos per month, which translates to a substantial 660 credits. So it inherently has its own inherent limitations, and if you proceed to the account section in order to get an account, this one also has limitations. So it doesn't matter whether we want to get a subscription or use it individually, there's no difference. Look, when you see 660 credits, guys, never underestimate it. Credits mean limitations, and they run out very quickly. Especially when you get a shared subscription from websites like this. That's even worse, because when you get a shared subscription, well, someone comes along in just a day or two, or even within a week, they use up all the credits and you don't get any at all. I mean, when I was talking to their support, they said, well, we tell our customers to use it fairly. But of course, there will always be someone who doesn't use it fairly. So, as a result, Clean AI isn't really that great, but again, I haven't actually tried it myself, so I can't say for sure. But whenever you hear the word credit, you should be wary because it really runs out quickly and it's just not worth it at all. So that was about Clean AI, which ChatGPT itself had introduced, but I got an account for Gemini as a student, and if you go to the orders section, you'll see it here. Now, you might be able to find it cheaper on other sites, but this is the one I got. It was fine, and as you can see here, I'm logged into my account, and these are the exact videos you're watching right now. I made them. I kept the whole process and steps to show you exactly what I did, and that's it. I got this account too. This is a student account for 1 year, and now I'm using it. It's fine. The only limitation is the one Gemini has. So as you can see in the video here, you can only create up to 3 per day. That's a limitation it has. Now it's 10 in the morning, and tomorrow at 8 minutes past 2, I can make 3 more. I have to log in quickly and make them before someone else comes and makes a video with it, because I got a shared subscription. Now, for a year, there are no limitations on its image features. Its visual capabilities are really impressive, and since I have it for a whole year, it's much better and more cost effective than ChatGPT. Now, when my ChatGPT subscription runs out, I won't renew it. I'll just use Gemini from now on. Whether it's for image outputs or text, I'll be using Gemini for everything. Because I got a student subscription for a year, but honestly, I spent nearly 6 million just to show you all this. So, just so you know, if you want to spend money again to get other things, keep that in mind. It's risky, but it's not a big deal. You can accept the risk. Honestly, these things aren't really useful anymore, and Gemini is much more practical for that purpose. Can you use it? With ChatGPT, it brings up everything for you. As you can see here, it's all there, and since it's a shared subscription, there's no hassle at all. Anyone who has any questions, it brings them up here. It's normal for this to happen in this section that you're seeing. It brings it up for you. Now, I had asked the question there about how it works. For example, do you see? You can also look at the others. This is a reference to what it gives you. For example, look, I have a question. Should I break up with my boyfriend? It brings up everything, right? Well, it has these kinds of stories too. You can delete it from here, and I can delete it so that no one sees it. For example, this is my chat. You can delete the others too, but I can also delete my own chat. Like this. These shared things can also be deleted, and after that, no one else can see them. There's no problem at all. So you can rest assured about that. Well, this was a question that a lot of people asked me, so I thought I'd tell you about it too. All right, let's move on. Now, for the project process, let's see how the process works, guys. The first step is what you need. It's a pre-made project axis where the perspective matches exactly with the render. Right? Then you need to create an image in between these two, which can be easily made with Gemini AI. For example, I go into Gemini, actually right here in my own premium account, and I open another chat for myself. The language might be different here because, well, it depends on certain things. Because of the VPN and other similar security measures, you know exactly how it is. So what exactly do you do in this situation? You then give these two distinct images to Gemini and explicitly tell it, let me also make sure to turn on the image mode as well. I clearly tell it, hey, I really want an image generated between these two where there's absolutely nothing present in the scene and the walls are completely plastered with something. I want something in between them. I send it over. No prompt, no extra stuff, nothing is needed. You have to speak in Persian. You can kind of make it understand, like you can start a new chat and then ask it again, see what happens. In this video, I talked about the cases where it gets a bit mixed up, where it gets confused. Work with it a bit and you'll get the hang of it. For me, create it. I wait for it to generate my image. This image that it generated for me, I already had it before. See? Now it has generated it for me once again. The important thing is I can actually have as many of these as I truly want. So just please keep in mind that as, for example, if I tell it to only add the cabinets, it will just add the cabinets for me. Even if you utilize the comprehensive reference materials they provided to you, it might still occasionally get confused in some specific places or potentially make minor mistakes. It's not a significant problem, it certainly happens, but overall its performance is pretty good. It genuinely works much better than something like ChatGPT. Significantly, much better in fact. You see, it did the job. Now, I don't really care about this part because that's not the approach of the video we're making. We just wanted just this middle image. Now, we'll give this render to another chat. We say montage. Now, let me remove its video and set it to image mode so that this error goes away. Final X render, I said montage, a gradual transformation. I'll gradually turn it into the completed image. Build it. I had previously asked ChatGPT a bit about this process, like, what's the story here? What did it tell me? It told me that... Let me send it to the group so the guys can see it. To the group. I sent its topic so the guys can see which AI it is. Here it says, go check Runway. With prompts like a detailed step-by-step assembly process or a comprehensive construction mode, a very clear step-by-step mode, object creation and manipulation. Construction time lapse, object-by-object assembly. If you use such terms in your prompts, you can get good results. For example, I wanted a montage, a gradual transformation from one image to a completed image. Make something like that for me. That's what it created. I'll mute the music. It wasn't at all what I wanted. I wanted it to start with this, and then the image I gave you, this is what it made for me. It gave me something completely different. No, I want it to have a montage style. I mean, first the image should be rough and unfinished, and then gradually become complete. But it gave it to me like this. You can still work on it more if you want, but what it gave me so far is enough. I saved it as it is. I just downloaded this one, and this is what it became. This is what it turned out to be, that's right. And then I went to Runway and uploaded this video. I set Runway to Gen 4 mode, told it construction time lapse, and gave the final render as a reference. Here is that video. Take a look. Actually, the significant new feature that Runway recently added and introduced was this particular mode. Now, I'm not sure what alpha means. Actually, the correct translation is that this feature allows you to make edits directly on the video, which wasn't possible before. Before it was image to video or video to video. It wasn't like you could upload a video and then use an image as a reference like this. This mode is really cool. If you search for its demo on their Instagram, you'll see this mode and notice it has a lot of awesome features. I also recently saw on their Instagram that they added something new. It was really interesting. Hear these things. Are the things used in video editing. For example, they showed what kinds of elements we can have in our image or video. It's really interesting. Whatever you want to do, you can, and it's very professional. It's truly professional. Anyway, I submitted the video and wrote a short little text like this. After 5 seconds, something like this happened to me. I came back. Once again, this tutorial that I just made right now, the one where we were just watching the video together, I made it. Every time you click this, it gives you something newer and different. But can you explain your prompt in more detail? Or can you get a prompt from ChatGPT? You can say, I want a prompt for a video that transforms from this to that or from that to this. I want to do this task. Runway has added a chat mode feature which I hadn't mentioned in my previous talk. It's truly quite interesting, and as you can clearly observe right here, you have the ability to engage in a conversation with it, and in turn, it possesses the capability to generate and create various things specifically for you. For example, you could simply say, hi, how are you? I want this video to be meticulously edited and refined for my specific needs, and ultimately at the very end of the process to be completely transformed into the precise image I truly desire. You can even provide it with various different video clips from platforms like Instagram or other similar social media places, and then instruct it to perform specific actions. I want a similar video like this. For example, add my Instagram name to the video. It will generate an output for you again, and you can use it for creating content for your Instagram. They say, give me the X as well, and it replies, okay, here it is. For example, please provide the specific X. Here is the final desired X that I truly want to ultimately present and showcase and demonstrate. Please add this as a visual montage during the seamless transition to the main video scene, if possible. If you give it prompts in English, it works a bit better, but if you use Persian, it still understands to some extent. So keep that in mind when writing your prompts. You need to be a bit more precise and systematic. Now, as you can see, it has more or less generated the things I wanted. It wrote a prompt for me, and it was about a modern kitchen, and a stylish one with this video, turning the video completely white with some utensils and so on, matching this image. It generated it by itself. It wrote a prompt in Persian for that part as well, and it's there. It converts this into that mode. Its chat mode is also interesting, and it's really easy to work with. Well, we could do this with images, but we didn't have it for videos. You can see this feature here. It also has different modes, for example, this mode, and this mode. The V3 mode is much more professional and in the same style. What we usually get is active. If I hit apply, usually, well, since we captured it as a screenshot, the V3 mode might not work, and in fact, the view mode can't be used. What is view? V3, I mean V3. This is precisely the mode that we actually had in our previous sessions. But that one works much better than this. Now, of course, we might want to create it, not the structures at all. It just means you have to set it to run only mode. I don't use this because you need to get a separate account for it. For me, these are also its different modes. Anyway, as you can see here, we also have the Vote 3D engine. We had exactly the same thing in our sessions for video. You see it says View 3D. And well, now that we have limitations, we can't We set everything to run only mode and wait. Now this is actually going to render. I mentioned that two people can convert something at the same time and have that output. I'll wait for this to finish and then we'll continue. The video, now while this video is processing, let me also explain that it doesn't always give a good output. For me, the mode I showed you was just the normal mode, where I only gave it this prompt from here. For all the videos we exported, I didn't do anything special. Now I'll wait and see what output it gives us. It's not that important anyway, and the rest of the story continues from there. The topic is sound design and combining these two videos. So you need to take these two videos you've exported and combine them together in After Effects or whatever software you use. You can easily mix the two together, and the mixing itself is completely up to you. It's entirely up to you how you want to mix them. You can layer them on top of each other, add a hang effect, or use various After Effects effects. In our After Effects package, we've included several different videos. We've provided various clips so you can work on special effects. We've included a lot of different montages of images and videos to show you how you can do these things. There are a lot of project-based videos available. You can watch them on the channel. After all, having this skill is important. Knowing After Effects alongside AI is really essential and makes your work much more professional. These were the outputs you get at the end of our After Effects package. Some of these workshops are also available on YouTube. You can create such video combinations in After Effects. But you need to know After Effects, of course. Our options are somewhat limited, especially in AI at that moment. The things we want, but in After Effects it's much easier. We can do that work. There were a few other outputs I wanted to show you from this runway as well. Runway. It actually gives interesting results, meaning it's not useless or anything. It just doesn't give me exactly what I want. I give it 2 photos and tell it that the final output should look like that image. But overall, it does something else entirely. You see, it puts a completely different kitchen there. Let me be precise. It doesn't do it. The Runway render engine can't recognize it. It's really impossible for someone to get a video like this from Runway. Using the same Runway render engine, But with Gemini, it was created very easily. Really easily. For example, this is in chat mode and you see it stays in both of its modes, meaning both. It stays in this mode as well as in that mode. Very good. I hope you have enjoyed the tutorial so far. The two get mixed together and you can use them on social media and anywhere else you like. You can use them wherever you want. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed this tutorial as well. Sub. I'll wait for this to finish so I can show you the final result and then we'll say goodbye together. Alright, let's see together what result we've gotten. It didn't turn out the way we wanted at all. You need to work a bit more on its chat mode, but well, there are no more limitations and its video is more like a video. It gives you a series of ready options, as you can see, for example, what you want to do. Changing the artistic style, adding new elements. Its chat mode is interesting, but I'm saying it's very useful. But for someone who wants images to match exactly what they have in mind, it doesn't deliver precisely. It just gives you something similar. You can play around with it, test it out. If you want, try this one too and actually learn how it works. What's important is that trick, that method, and that process. What I did was, as much as I could, I researched and experimented until I was able to find the right way to get the video output, so I could tell you which AI you can use to get the output that matches what you have in mind, because it's really important for us that this exact X turns into this exact X, not something else. I want this X. I don't want it to turn into something else, or for it to be something different before. I want it to be as close as possible. In the end, I want the output to be this. It's okay if it's not perfect. Maybe, for example, it's off by 5% or 10%. It's okay if there's a slight difference somewhere, but I want my output to be precise. For example, it should turn out like this. Now let me play the video one more time. I want the output to be exact. I want it to become exactly what I want. Now we can mix these two together. The mix is completely up to you. You have total freedom. It can be like this, then there's a cut, and the rest continues as that video. Here, when the screen turns white, it's done. I hope our dear friend has enjoyed this tutorial as well. If you leave us a comment, as I said at the end of the video, if you leave us a comment, make sure to subscribe to my channel as well and leave a comment. I will probably announce the winner in our AI channel in 2, 3, or maybe 4 days. I will soon announce who the fortunate winner is, meaning I will meticulously record a video, then conduct a fair draw among all the comments, and whoever's name ultimately comes up will receive a Yamna account. I'll give them a 3 million Toman account for free, which is actually a 1-year account, and they can easily use it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm looking forward to your lovely comments. For now, goodbye and take care.